Welcome everyone to another in our session of Sage CRM Summit for 2022. I'm David and I'm joined today by Zainab in this session to talk about some of the add-ons they build for their customers. Zainab, perhaps introduce yourself briefly. Who are you? Where are you from?
Zainab Salihi from BAASS Business Solution. We are located in Toronto, Canada. We do have multiple locations in across Canada and in North America. We are a solution provider and focus on Sage products, Sage 300, Sage Intact, and Sage CRM.
Gotcha. Okay. When Zainab and I were talking ahead of planning the session, we thought it'd be an interesting idea to talk about when people want to go beyond the core of the Sage CRM product, what sort of things people ask for and what, in your case, has BAASS built for them. So you've come up with a list of 4 you'd like to talk about, right? So let's go. You've got about 2 minutes for each one.
Sure. Before I start, I just want to share that, David, when we implement CRM, like organizations, companies, they have multiple applications that they use. So what we do, we take everything and centralize it in one application, which is CRM as the front end.
Right.
But later on, with the technology changes and different applications that they use, and that is where the idea comes. The first question we always tell the customer before you go and implement any application, you need to ask 2 questions with your partner. Number 1, can CRM do the same thing for me?
Right.
So I don't need to purchase
thing.
another application or add another application, because we don't want to go to ground zero with what the organization used to be. And if no, then the second question comes, can it integrate with Sage CRM?
Right.
And the answer we always, most of the time, we say yes.
Yes.
And these ideas, what I want to share, all of them came from customers. Right. We don't do it. Customers comes to us and we say, yeah, we can do that one. And I would start maybe with the first one, which is DocuSign integration. This is where we implemented CRM for a company who provides services for roofing and windows and doors, where they have salespeople, they go on site and they sit down and they promote for you what is the best fit for your home. And then they give you a proposal right away. They wish if you can sign right away.
Okay.
And that is remotely, they did have DocuSign as a separate, but it never been attached to the opportunity in CRM. Right. So we have built that one as part of their workflow or processes. Whenever they send a proposal to the customer, they can open it and they send it through DocuSign within CRM, and it will be sent to the customer. As soon as they sign it, it will be attached as a document to that opportunity or any entity you have within CRM.
Excellent. So speeds up the process. Looks like a great service, doesn't it? When they're in the field, sign it off. Fantastic story.
It saves multiple things. It saves multiple clicks and having copying, saving it in your local system and drag it. But the most important benefit that they got these proposals signed already while the salesperson is on site. There is no delay of having that one to the order.
Excellent. That's a good one. All right. Like that. What else you got for me?
Another example, it came to us we know Sage CRM, it comes with a very good integration with MailChimp. But we have companies that they do have a different e-marketing solution. And as a result, we built these integrations for them. We have built an integration for between Sage CRM and Eloqua, which is a big enterprise e-marketing solution. And then recently we built an integration between HubSpot and Sage CRM. So the concept of it is kind of, you don't need to worry about your list, the active list in your HubSpot, because all it is, it will be generated from your list or groups within Sage CRM functionality, and you can just sync it to HubSpot, and your active list or up-to-date list is in HubSpot. And we have integrated the personal records to HubSpot. When there's a new person added to CRM, it will sync automatically to HubSpot. Any updates for a person record will be updated in HubSpot like automatically. In addition to that, we are able to see within the person record of CRM all the emails that have been sent, all the activities that have been sent through the HubSpot. That communication added a big value for the salespeople to see how involved their customer, the person record with them, with their marketing activities without logging to the marketing or HubSpot. So it gives very good view. When they are unengaged, it will write back. When they are unsubscribed, it will write back to CRM.
Excellent. And the reason that they chose HubSpot versus MailChimp, did they have HubSpot already, or did it do
They
more
already
for them?
had. They already had HubSpot. They already had. It's kind of, sometimes you go through companies when they grandfather even the cost of HubSpot for different reasons, like they will keep that application.
Oh, very good. And then CRM provides that center of the universe view of, as you say, the contacts, communications, all that sort of thing as well. Nice story. Okay. And so that's something you've done for a customer, but is also now available for other customers and or partners who want to come and talk to you about it, right?
Correct. All these add-ons, we are making it in a way that it is available for all our partners, and the way that we are also making it more is subscription module, like just kind of renewed, because if there's any update in your, like let's say HubSpot have or DocuSign have a change in their way of working, so that is where we need to update the integration.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so that's 2 of the 4. What's number 3 for us then?
Number 3 is recently we just implemented that. Again, as I said, the idea always comes from the customer. When we have a customer which they have standalone CRM, but they love their application, it is the center point for them. They were kind of, you know what, my dentist is sending me SMS messages reminding me with my appointment. Can I do the same thing to my customer when they have like an appointment for having their card needs to be fixed? It's called PDR Hell. So they do provide all these services to the customers and the insurance companies.
Right.
And that is where we embedded that within the workflow and an entity with the case management where they use. We embedded that in the workflow when you can go ahead and say, send a reminder, and it would be sending the reminder to that specific phone number, mobile phone number of the person that there is an appointment have been scheduled for you. And that is where we are using the SMS provider, whatever service you will go with that, and it will be using all the functionality of the SMS.
So you touched on workflow there. And so the idea is that a customer would go through a process of saying, my car was hail damaged, I need to have it repaired. You would log a claim, a case in your example, and then there'd be various messages over time. Bring your car in tomorrow. Your car needs extra work. Call us. Come and collect your car. That sort of thing.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, correct. So that is because this one saved a lot of time for them. The hassle of calling the customer, leaving a message for them, and like trying to recontact. Like she has like 2 or 3 employees, which they do that one.
Right.
But adding this functionality is kind of was the way that she describes it, Darlene. She says, "Wow, this one saved me a lot of time."
And still retaining the core of CRM, because that's the hub of everything, but enabling communications to go out through a different channel.
Correct, because they do have CRM, they do have a custom portal, but this one is just the reminder for the customer. Is a big add-on for her.
Excellent. Excellent. Nice story. And it's nice that the old school sort of ways of communicating are often the best. All right. So your final story then, what have you got? What have you done for something else?
Is SharePoint integration.
Oh, okay.
Which which is, we know a lot of companies now, when they are growing, the first thing, especially when you are in love with Microsoft products, you always think document and tracking the revision like of the document, and where should we use CRM for document management? Should we use SharePoint? Depending on the company requirement, if SharePoint really is a requirement and it is a process for them, because they do have a lot of workflow approval process and so on, and they have a lot of security, that is where they go and implement SharePoint. But at the end, like what they are ending with is 2 applications to keep the document. If I have a proposal, should I keep it in CRM? Should I keep it in SharePoint? And this is where it came to the need. And we implemented that number 1 for BAASS. We use it heavily, but we made it available for us within the opportunity and project, which is a custom entity that we will be able to drag and drop document, and it will create the document in real time in SharePoint. And we will be able to have that one, even we attach the DocuSign icon to that, we can view it, we can have the DocuSign function embedded in the same area. And even if I'm working with a prospect, as soon as I click in the SharePoint tab, it will create a folder for us, like in SharePoint automatically, without the need to contact the SharePoint team. So that is kind of, as I said, like we build it for BAASS. We are like kind of working with another customer now to build it for them. But definitely it will require some SharePoint consultation from their end too, on how they are planning to build the folder structure for that.
So I guess the message there is, if you need some more functionality that's richer, deeper than the current documents handling in CRM, that's a good story. Equally, as you said earlier, if you've already invested heavily in SharePoint, you don't want to rip it all out.
Exactly.
You can connect the 2 together.
Yeah, because most of the time organizations have different reasons why they are implementing SharePoint. For other department or the head office are requiring, and that is where it comes to the picture here. What should we do? Which application is best for us?
Interesting. Yes, blending things together. And that's I think that last point is very powerful as well. If you're working in a large organization, but you still have a tactical deployment of CRM, why not use the underpinning infrastructure if that's required? Yeah. Okay, so in the final sort of 30 seconds or so, you've just talked about 4. Presumably you do all sorts of things for all sorts of companies. You've been doing CRM for a long time. If any customers or partners wanted to come and talk to you about any of the things you've mentioned today, are you happy to share, chargeable, non-chargeable, whatever it is, with those partners?
Definitely. For so far, like most of the new integrations that we are building, we are making it more in subscription model. So everyone can purchase it. We might need to be involved just to do the configuration and then the renewal process for the subscription. But definitely we are more than happy to help always.
That's terrific. Thank you, Zainab, for sharing both the stories and for coming along to the session today.
Thank you for giving us this opportunity, David.
You're welcome. Bye for now.